dead son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. Check, we Ric Flairing on them niggas. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Ric Flairing, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. When I open like Betty Wops and find to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase, yeah, Bubba C, yeah, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing, son up, baby.
Hey, yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's backpack, capital one. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man, A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the Swac, pull up where you at, no cap. If the Brody is speaking the soft facts. My advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants are with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered the least. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walk it, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
What is going on, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's your boy Scotty. You watching Off Script. What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. I know you guys are at work, doing your thing, doing your thug dizzle at home, working, watching me somewhere, anywhere, probably sneaking watching me. But I appreciate you, all right? Make sure you like the stream. Miss Glenn telling you to like the stream. My girl Paris gonna tell you to like the stream. My boy Urban gonna tell you to like the damn stream. Stop playing, man. It's over 76 people in here. I should get 76 likes. All right, like the dang stream. And to my boy Sheldon Edwards, it's never too early to start some mess. Okay, it's never too early. I say it's never too early to start some mess because I am.
I'm petty. I'm petty, I'm petty, I'm petty, I'm petty, I'm petty.
Start it, ride it. Listen, early in the morning. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. Tap in with me. Hey, listen, you guys gonna learn something today. all right, all right, all right. You gonna learn something today. Because I came with the mess today, okay? Came with the mess. So listen, shout out to my boy Carlos with Trophy Chasers. They sent me one of these hoodie janks, you know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all go follow their brand, man. Trophy Chasers. All right, athletics. You can find them on Google. I mean, you can find them on Instagram. Trophy_Chasers. I believe that's how, yeah. Trophy_Chasers. Make sure you guys go follow. Great company, owned, black owned. Got some good stuff, man. This is nice. Got me a little hood on this jank. You know what I'm saying? Got me a little hood. Because I'm going to go. I felt like I had to wear this today because I'm about to go goon mode. I'm about to go goon mode. So shout out to them, man. Because, you know, I got the hood. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Straight goon mode on them boys. They ain't ready. They ain't ready. You see the hoodie? You know the new. I ain't got a ski mask. You know the new kids be wearing ski masks. It be like 100 degrees outside. Like, why the hell you wearing a ski mask? Like, who? What the? What? Who does that? Like when I wore a ski mask back in the day when I was going to school because it was cold as hell and it was snowing and I'm at the bus stop. Nowadays, ski mask is a fashion accessory. Who? I saw a dude on a date with a girl walking around the mall with a ski mask on. That is not cool. Maybe it's just the old man in me, but that is not cool. I don't find that amusing at all. I really don't. I think that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. But that's neither here nor there. That is neither here nor there. I don't get it. I don't get it. But I'll wear one for stuff like this. Yeah, I'll go straight goon mode. I'll show you. But anything else, I don't understand. It don't make sense to me. I don't get it. But, you know, to each his own. It's, you know, as time, you know, when I was growing up, it was the baggy pants. You know, baggy. Everything had to be, you know, 3 sizes too big. It probably didn't make sense to my mama. So I get it. You know, it's times. It's times. It goes with the fit. A ski mask. Man, listen. Okay. Anyway, I'm not even about to get into that. That's not. But listen, today, the question that I asked the viewers of the lovely Off Script channel, I want you to, what's fair? Okay. Now, when I ask this question, I really want to how much, I want people in the chat to answer this question. Realistically, how much would you pay for Swac TV rights? And what I mean by that is sports. All right. How much would you pay? Realistically, I just yeah, how much would you pay realistically? Okay, I want you guys. I should have put the Jeopardy timer on this joint. I really want you guys to sit and ponder this thing, right? Because think about it, and this is where I got it from. We every day you hear either me, light skinned group up in the Alabama office. You hear everybody talking about media contract, media rights. How much would you pay? Listen, this is supposed to be a show for the people, by the people. How much would you pay the Swac office for Swac content? That's what I really want. Somebody said $50. $20. No. You're missing it. You're missing it. If you were a company, if you were ESPN, if you were CBS, if you were Fox, you guys are missing it. I'm not talking about ESPN Plus or streaming. I'm talking about if you were negotiating a deal with the SWAC. If you were negotiating a deal with the SWAC of how much would you pay for a deal, what would that deal look like? All right. Blue said, if I'm ESPN, I'm not paying a dime over $250K. No, not per school. Not per school. That's the SWAC's job to divvy that up. You're saying, SWAC, I want this is look. Hey, I want a 5-year bam. I want a 5-year, $5 million deal. I want a 5-year, $20 million deal. You're not worried about the schools. That's the SWAC's job to negotiate. How much would you pay for the SWAC football sports content? That's the real question, because everybody's out here talking about what the SWAC should get in their name brand and this, that, and the third. But how much would you pay if you were a billionaire, if you had $1 billion corporation? How much would you pay for the SWAC? All right, I got $2.5 million for 5 years. It's not a bad. That's not bad. 1.5 million 3 years max. 10 million for 5 years. That's $50 million. $50 million. Who you think you kidnapped? Chelsea Clinton? 4 years, $16 million deal. No, ESPN. Remember, ESPN has an exclusion. Supposedly, they have an exclusionary deal. So I'm talking about the same deal that ESPN has with the SWAC. How, if you came to like, hey, yo, I want to do a deal with the SWAC for everything that they have, like the HBCU Go deal, how much would you pay? Y'all bugging if you think ESPN. It's not about ESPN right now, Blue. How much would you pay? $30 million for 5 years. I got the SWAC is worth $100 million for $520 a year. I got a 6-year, $25 million deal. I got a 5-year, $20 million deal. $3.5 million for 5. I got $100 million. Yeah, I'm not even about to put that on the screen. 5-year, $10 million deal. So that's $2 million that's $2 million a year. All right. What else we got here? I'm trying to find something else. Go back to 5-year, $25 million, $12 million per year. Let me see. 12 mil equals, let me see, 12 million per year, 1 mil per school. 12 teams, 4 year. He said, oh, I said all sports. Thank you, Paris. 20 million for how long, Kevin? 20 million for how long? See, this is the question. That's why I wanted to pose this question, because people love to talk about what they won't accept or what they think something is worth. But when it's your money on the line, when you got to back that up with some dollars behind it, now it gets funny, because now when you're in the driver's seat and you got to sit and ponder, when you got to be Dr. Charles McClellan, let's be real. When you got to sit and be Dr. Charles McClellan, you know what I'm saying? What are you valuing your conference as, right? What are you valuing? Because I got some people on here who are SWAC alums and SWAC graduates and all, and they're saying 3 years, $5 million, and 3 years, 1.2. Blue saying not over $250K. So I want to be very clear, and this is what I'm doing today. I'm calling out that's my boy SWAC network. I'm tired of that mess. Everybody that doesn't speak bad against the SWAC because they want to keep their credentials, they don't want to have no rough feathers, right? I don't have to say no names because you already know who they are. Every other program that is not independent, that most of them are independent, but they still, all that, hey, that's my boy, don't talk bad about I'm calling them all out, because this is the thing. This is why I'm doing it, right? Because I have never heard somebody talk about a deal. I've never heard somebody outside at my boy network. All they do is protect Dr. Charles McClellan. But they never say, yo, this is the deal I would be looking for if I was a Swac. I've never heard it. I've never heard it. All they do is criticize about everybody else saying, you don't want to work for yourself. You should go get it yourself. You shouldn't have to depend on ESPN. They get on everybody else for saying that, but they never come back with something that says, hey, this is what our value is. Dr. Charles McClellan should be looking at a deal like this. That's my issue, right? I don't have a problem with you correcting me or saying what I'm saying is wrong or right, but then come back and tell me what it's worth. Come back and tell me what it's worth. Come back and tell me what it's worth. You got all the knowledge. You got all the history. Go back and tell me what it's worth. All right. So once again, you know me. I went and did my homework. Right? So at the top, I want to give an example, right? At the top, you see the MEAC deal. And the reason I got this article, because it was hard for me to find a Swac article about what the deal was. So I used the MEAC because they're pretty much one and the same, right? When it comes to the deal extension. So it says, as part of a multi-year agreement reached last year, that's 2019, the Middle Eastern Conference ESPN will stream football games and whatever. Okay, cool. This is the Swac return. This is the Swac IRS return. If you look at 2A television, they get paid $1.2 million for the TV deal. Oh, shit. Scott done did his homework. Oh, sniggity. Scott done did his homework. Now, mind you, this is in between the COVID year. That's why the basketball money is pretty low. All right. But I want you guys to focus on the 2020. Now, then, you know what people gonna say? Scotty, you're lying. You're lying. Where did you get these numbers from? You're lying. All you do is make shit up to be. I'm petty. That's all I do. I make stuff up just to prove my point. You know what? I knew y'all was going to say that. So let me show you this. This is the SEC's 2020. Look at the television rights. In the same place. Which one looks better, A or B? I'm gonna do it again. You missed it. A, television, or B, in the same spot, in the same part. Okay, I just wanted to show y'all that. So y'all want, oh, Scotty, you making shit up? No, I don't gotta make nothing up. I'm gonna do it again. A or B. Okay, they look the same. Okay, so 1.2. Then you say, Scotty, no, that was 2020. I know what you're thinking. Before you're thinking it. All right. No, Scotty, that was COVID. That don't count. That don't count. Oh, you know what? You're right. That's on me. That's on me, baby. This 2019. That's on me, baby. That's 2019. You know what? 2019 wasn't a good year. You know what? It wasn't. 2019 was not a good year, guys. 2019 was not a good year. And I'm glad you brought that up, Ricky. I'm glad you brought that up. Oh, no, not that one. Basketball. I think you meant to say basketball. Mr. Campbell tells you this every time he gets on the phone. He says, Scotty, basketball revenue is more important than football. And if you guys don't believe him, I got the PDF file from the Colonial Athletic Association where they made over $4 million off of basketball revenue. Listen, when I does my homework, when I does my homework, I does my homework. Okay, so 2019. Okay, 2019. That says 1.2 again. You know what? Third time's a charm. Third time's a charm. 2018. Hey, DJ, what that say? Hey, DJ, what that say? Hey, DJ, what that say? That says 1.2 mil. So I say again to you, sir, I say again to you, 1.2 million is what you're getting from ESPN. That's what you're getting. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? 1.2 million. Multi-year deal. That's how that works out. All right. So I just wanted to give y'all some numbers. Oh, it gets better. It gets better. Listen, I chose violence today. I'm here to educate you. I am here to educate you. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here. Please, somebody please inform KP of what the $1.2 million is because he was late to class. Somebody please inform him of the 1.2 million because he was late to class. And he's trying to disturb my class in session with his idiotic questions. Anywho, next up. All right. So again, I ask you, what is fair? So again, I ask you, what is fair? But you know me. Listen, man, class is in session today. I'm gonna show you a professor today. I'm gonna show you a professor today. It might be 8th grade math, but I'm gonna show you a professor today. All right. So let's just do some deals. Let's just do some deals, right? Let's say because remember, once again, let's be clear. ESPN has never they have never officially said how long the deal is. It just says multi-year deal. But knowing the Swac, knowing Charles McClellan, they always look at the long-term deals. So let's say if it was a 5-year deal, 1.2 is $6 million. 6-year deal, 1.2, that's 7.2 mil. 7-year deal times 1.2 is 8.4 mil. So this is what you're getting. This is what you're getting if you're doing a long-term deal. Now, Scotty, I'm hot today. I'm hot today. Boy, then, people gonna say, Scotty, I'm gonna turn to them and I'm gonna say, They said, but so why are you showing us this? Why are you showing us this, Scotty? Because I want to give you some clarity. I want to give you some full force clarity on the issue, right? I want to give you some full force clarity on the issue. This is why I'm showing you this, right? This is why I'm showing you this. The rumor that went around is that the HBCU Go deal, all right, and the Swac deal was worth 10 years, $120 million. The script. Oh, all right. So it's a 10-year, $120 million deal. Now, mind you, this is for everything. Okay. This is literally for everything. Hey, if y'all can still see me and understand, if I'm still good, let me know. If I'm still good, let me know. All right. If it's worth 10 years, $120 million. That's word on the street. Word on the street, right? Word on the street. Okay, thank y'all. Appreciate y'all, right? Thanks, babe. So, now I want to break this down. Byron Allen, okay, the guy at HBCU Go is worth $450 million. All right? is worth $450 million. Okay? I just want to give y'all, that heads up. All right. He's worth $450 million. ESPN is valued at $50 billion. Okay. I'm gonna say this again. Byron 450, ESPN 50 billion. Okay. These are not the same. I just want to be very clear. BMs. Okay. Just want to make that very clear. All right. Now, how do you get this? How do you get this? Disney owns ESPN. How do you get this? Right? How do you get a 10-year deal at $120 million by somebody who's worth $450 million? I call bullshit. I call BS. Baloney. Funny money. It doesn't make sense. Why would somebody, Mr. Campbell, I'm going to need you to call in today if you're free, right? Because you have to explain this one on the business side. Why would somebody overvalue the Swac? That doesn't make sense to me. Why would you I got people in the comments who are Swac graduates, Swac alums, who were talking about 3 years, 1.2, 3 years, $5 million. You're telling me a new entity like HBCU Go will pay you $10 million, $12 million a year? 10-year deal, $120 million? That doesn't make sense. But I will believe, I will believe this. A 10-year deal for $20 million. I'll believe that. You know why I believe it? Because it's more than the ESPN deal. So now you're saying we're getting $2 million a year. We're not doing 1.2. We're getting 2. So now you're getting the 1.2 from ESPN. You're getting the $2 million from HBCU Go, which now puts you at $3 million a year. And now you're using that deal. But that would be a great deal. It would be a great deal if you weren't giving up the house. Listen to what you're giving up. The free streaming digital platform will distribute programs for Swac across all sports. Football, basketball, volleyball, Olympic, over 2,000 Swac games and events. He gets all that. It should be gone. Let me see. It'll get better. Hopefully it'll get better. All right. It would be, but over everything, for everything though? Nah, you can't make that make sense to me. So now we're talking about you're doing a full-fledged 10-year, $120 million deal, supposedly, allegedly. But you know what does make sense for Byron Allen? 10 years, $20 million. And let me help you why I say that. Let me explain to you why I said that. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Black News Channel, right? I don't know if you ever heard the Black News Channel. It was a channel that was on YouTube that was started by Shad Khan. If you don't know who Shad Khan is, he's a billionaire that owns the Jaguars. Okay. He's a billionaire that owns the Jaguars. So for me, I want to do this. Black News Channel. The TV network Black News Channel goes off the air after 2 years. Look how much money he put into this deal. The station was initially funded in 2019 by the Jacksonville Jaguars, Shah Khan, who provided $50 million in backing. Notably, the station was launched at a time when many cable streamers investing in streaming content to reach more an audience. He's worth $7 billion. This Bama said, I'm out. After $50 million, he said, I'm out. So I'm not saying that's not what Byron Allen wants to do. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm telling you is this. Billionaires aren't billionaires because they just throw money at the walls. That's not how they become billionaires. Billionaires become billionaires because they know how to manipulate money and how to make their money work for them, right? So it wouldn't make sense for Byron Allen to just throw money at you when I haven't got the investment back. I'm gonna give you $12 million. I haven't made a dime off of you. And then I want to lower. Listen, you always want to get into something as low as possible when it comes to money. I want to have my value return. If I come in low capital with a high return, that's how I make more money. That's how I make more money. So if I come in at $2 million and you make me $7 million, I'm one. But if I come in at $12 million a year, ESPN ain't even paying you that. ESPN is not even paying you that, and they worth twice as much as him. Make that make sense. And we're talking about Byron Allen, who is in the media business. You don't think he can't find these numbers out? Byron Allen was suing Comcast. You don't think this Bama can find out what ESPN was making off the Swac or what they were paying the Swac? You're bugging. You're bugging. So listen, once again, I ask you, what's fair? What's fair? What is a fair contract for the Swac? Call lines are open, 516-259-9041, 516-259-9041.
You are the only participant in the conference.
That's the question for the evening. And there's some other stuff I want to talk about. I'm going to get into it. But that was the main one. I want to know what's a fair, because once again, everybody is disparaging what Urban Edge is trying to do, and everybody's disparaging about and everybody's like, oh, but Charles McClellan has all this going for. Charles McClellan does not know how to negotiate media contracts. I don't care what you're talking about. He does not understand how to negotiate media contracts. Most people in the SWAC don't. They don't have that behind them. And I'm going to stand on that. I don't give a damn who you talking to. They don't understand the media business. Most of us in this chat don't understand the media business. It is different, especially when you're a nonprofit organization. You're trying to tell a media company, Byron Allen or Urban Edge Network, what they can and can't do. When you're a nonprofit, you're not even in the same lane. You're not even in the same lane. You're a nonprofit. You are a donation bucket. Understand what nonprofit is. Donation bucket. All right? When you get when you get paid by TV, it's for services. All right, when TV pays you, that's why when you look at the nonprofit, it's in services, because I pay you for a service. Media is not the same. Media agencies are not the same. Hey, caller, you loud, talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, Scotty? Good morning. This is DeGratier.
Talk to me
from Atlanta. Hey, man, I want to chime in, man. You dropping some hard truths today. So when you put those numbers up with the SEC numbers, $500 million versus the MEAC conference, $1.2 million, man, that shows a big difference, and that's something that I think a lot of us need to take in and ask that question: what is the worth of these of this content. And, you know, this channel is about Swac football, but, you know, I extend it to the culture. You know, we got Greek life, we got band life, we got basketball, baseball, all sorts of sports, right? You know, and when you get access to all of that for a couple of $1 million, that's I think that's underselling the content. To give an example, which isn't the same item, just this weekend here in Atlanta, I went to the Jamboree Band Battle of the Bands, state high school band here in Atlanta, and this is organized by Don Roberts, which is a legendary FAMU alumni who's done a lot of things for HBCU culture. But we had it was a sold out crowd. The stadium was standing room only. I mean, I had people sitting under my camera tripod. It was so packed in there, and it was $20 a head. So the folks who organized this event made a lot of money. And I bring this up as a notion to show the value, for the worth of just marching band content, sold out stadium. So I think we're undervaluing ourselves. I see it here in Atlanta where, hey, people are spending money to go see HBCU culture and the HBCU content. So, hey, Scotty, that's all the time I'm going to take. Appreciate it. Love the show.
Hey, no problem, man. Appreciate you so much. You know what? I'm going to go with, you know what, TT? I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because I got those reports as well. All right. So let me bring it up to you because I know people want to compare oranges to oranges, right? And that's a great comparison. But this is where I would differ at because of from what people are telling me about the SWAC, they're better than the CAA. That's what people are telling me. So, but I'll bring it up for you. You know, listen, I stay with the shit now. Hold on, let me get this. Let me pull this document for you since you want to ask about it. I got you. It's say less. Say less. Oh, where we at? Here we go, right here. All right, let me share this screen with y'all real quick. Do. All right, so let me blow this up so you guys can see. I'm gonna zoom in. This is the CAA 2020. All right, NCAA grants $3.2 million, tournament income $2 million, dues by the schools, media contracts $500,000, advertising $368,000. That's what the CAA is bringing in. All right. You know what? You want to know what the Missouri Valley Conference is bringing in? I got you too. Listen. I does my homework now. I does my homework. This is the Missouri Valley Conference of 2020. Bring that up for you. So once again, I ask you, what are you worth? What are you worth? All right, here we go. Share screen, cancel. Share screen, window. This is the Missouri Valley Conference. All right, let me blow this up. NCAA and NIT tournament, $3.3 million. This is the Missouri Valley Conference. This is the Missouri Valley Football Conference. This is their IRS tax return. TV rights income, $2.3 million. Hey, Blue, they said nobody watches them. That's what they said. They said that. Hey, Blue, that's what they said. They say nobody watches them. They don't got a brand. Okay. Men's conference basketball, $823,000. Women's conference basketball, $25,000. And program revenue, $18,000. This is the Missouri Valley Football Conference. So I'm just confused. I'm confused on what we're talking about right now. Now, mind you, this tournament, you probably have to add in the money they probably get from the tournament, from the football tournament that they play in. So that's a possibility of why it's $3.3 million. But the TV rights income, it says it right there on the thing. TV rights income, $2.3 million. So I'm confused about who's worth. What's fair? I say again, what is fair? And once again, this is the Missouri Valley Football Conference. This is their tax return. The nonprofit, the one that doesn't have a brand, the one that nobody watches. I just want to make that very clear. That's what people told me. I just want to be very, Oh, you know what? I got one more for you. Let's go OVC. Everybody loves the OVC. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what the OVC talking about. Let's see what they doing. Do. Let me go. Let me find this joint. Here we go. OVC right here. All right, let me blow this up. This is the OVC. 1.9 million. Television rights, 752,000. All right. That's not it. Bro, go look at it. I can't stand Coach Green. OVC basketball tournament, 413,000. Copyright royalties and blah, blah, blah. The rest of that. All right. That's what it is. Listen, man, how you coach basketball? How you coach basketball and don't know that everybody in D1? I don't get it, man. I don't get it, man. I don't get it, man. I don't understand. You coach basketball and don't even know that everybody can get in on a D1. Come on, bro. You got to do better. Every time you put something like that in the chat, people just stop listening to you more and more. All right. So that's what it is. This is what you're dealing with. Men's tournament, television rights, OVC. This is what stuff you're dealing with. All right. So once again, I ask you what's fair. And this is my thing. And I'm going to stand on this. Let me get to this caller real quick. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, Scotty. What's up, man?
What's good? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Jerry Runnels. Hold on 1 minute. Let me read this. All right, so Scotty, this is what we need to do. We probably need to sit down with Roland Martin and just let him negotiate the deal for us, man. That's what we need to do. Get Roland Martin while the SWAC commissioner didn't answer his phone call. He needs to set up a deal with him. Hey, sit down and orchestrate the deal for the SWAC because he knows media. He knows everything about media. He can teach us. We don't really know about media. You know what I'm saying? We can't even hire good ADs. So, I mean, what are we doing? What can we do? When I don't know something, I go get help. So that's pretty much what we need to do.
I mean, listen, you could go to Roland. I don't think you have a problem with that. You probably got to pay him a nice little chunk of money. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you just got to get people who know what they're doing in the positions.
I agree. That's fair. I agree. But right now, I think we got a bad deal. I just think that. And then with the price of Dion, at first, we probably was a Chevy. Now we're like we ain't a Mercedes, but I say we're Acura. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, we valuable, but we just gotta figure out, like you say, what's our worth?
Facts. What's your worth? What is your worth?
All right, man. Appreciate it, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep holding us accountable. Appreciate it, bro.
No problem. Anytime, man. Hold on. Let me do something real quick, guys, because I don't. Jesus Christ. If it's one thing I like doing is proving people wrong. Hold on real quick. Let me get these callers real quick. Hey, what's up, Bobby? Talk to me.
Man, what's going on, Scotty?
What's goody?
Number one, bro, thanks for bringing facts and not feelings, like you always do.
I try to.
So we can have some real discussion about these numbers, because fair is a fantasy, especially in business. Because if ESPN is going to make money, it can't be fair. They have to give you what you think you're worth.
Facts.
Because if they're going to pay somebody $500 million, imagine how much they're making in advertising dollars.
Facts.
So, they didn't get to that net worth giving out fair deals.
Facts.
Now, we've had discussions, when I say we're talking about us as a community on your platform, I've had discussions about, what is the Swac worth? What is HBCU sports worth? So if I'm gonna get it together. If we don't like the deal that we have, which is not a good deal, we have to put it on our commissioner to hire what they call an entertainment lawyer, because they specialize in contracts like this to get us a better deal. And if we can't get a better deal, we have to be willing to walk away from it.
That's fair.
Because if there's nothing else that has been shown, especially from this last NFL draft, ESPN isn't necessary to get to the next level. If you're balling and you have some kind of following, they're going to find you. I don't think we're going to get a deal that we could smile at with the attitude and demeanor that we currently have as a conference. Like, we can't feel like what you're offering is better than what we can offer you. What you're offering us is better than what we can offer you.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's how we are approaching it. Like, you're doing us a favor. When the next truth is the advertising dollars that they make off of us, they could pay each school $1 million.
Easy.
And then split advertising dollars. To me, now, if we want to be fair, that would be a fair thing. Each school $1 million and some kind of revenue split on advertising dollars. A 70-30 split, 60-40 split on advertising dollars. And that wouldn't even be hard to do. I don't think that'd be hard to negotiate. But if ESPN says no, we as a conference have to be willing to walk away and have a backup plan that will make them want to come back to our table. And now our price is no longer the same.
Yeah.
But fair is a fantasy, bro.
Well, you gotta. It has to be. It might be a fantasy, but at some point in time, it has to be what is fair for you or what you think you're worth. You know what I'm saying? So it might be a fantasy, but
right.
you gotta get close to it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know, like when you're going into a job, right? We know, okay, they always ask you what's your salary, but the budget might be 80,000. But if you underprice yourself, they can be like, oh, okay, cool. You said 60?
Cool, right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, we'll pay you 60. We'll pay that right now. You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, fair is a fantasy, but you got to know their value. You got to know what the market is, for your job, for your position, what's going on and stuff like that. But I totally agree though.
But like when you go to like these, like FSU games, UM games, hell, even University of South Florida games, the tickets that some of these people are paying to go to these games cost more than season tickets at some of
That's
our
fact.
schools. You know, and so when they're coming to the table to negotiate a price, they're like, look, we're bringing in this level of revenue without you.
Fair. That's facts.
You know, we're selling this much paraphernalia without you. And in the case of the SEC, it ain't changing no time soon.
Mm-hmm.
SEC don't need ESPN. And they know, and ESPN knows that they know that they're not needed. It's convenient, but not needed.
That's fair. But hey, man, let me get you off this call. I gotta apologize to Coach Green.
Hey, bro.
All right, man.
No pressure.
All right,
I want to get on before him anyway.
No problem.
All right, man. Yeah.
Hey, before I go to Mr. Campbell, Coach Green, I owe you an apology. Listen, I'm big enough to say it. I'm big enough to do it. You're absolutely right. I've had the wrong tax return. You're absolutely right. I was wrong. You were right, Coach Green. I apologize to you, my man. You were absolutely right. So listen, you're absolutely right. So let me bring this up real quick before I go to Mr. Campbell and show you guys what the Missouri Valley Football Conference was. So Coach Green was absolutely right. This is the Missouri Valley Football Conference and their budget. This is what they get paid. So once again, Coach Green was absolutely right. Let me see right here. Boom. $652,000. All right. He was absolutely correct. That was the wrong one. I was on the Missouri Valley Conference. He is absolutely correct. Let me see. Blow it up even bigger so make sure you guys see that. $652,000. All right. That's what they get. No, and their media rights, $70,000. All right. So everybody who says they don't watch them, they're absolutely right. Absolutely right. so that's absolutely right. So I apologize, Coach Green. You are absolutely right. You got me on this one. I got to give you credit where credit is due. You know what I'm saying? Let me leave that up. I'll leave that up for you, Coach Green, so you can be vindicated. Hey, what's up? What's up, Mr. Campbell? Talk to me.
Man, I got a lot of stuff to cover. I'm going to try to get through it. Okay. First of all, we have got to stop with this apples and oranges comparison about the SEC and this. But I'm going to tell you this, because I keep trying to I'm going to have to educate some young folks on here. Stop acting like the SEC is the God all, the give all, or making money. Because I'm going to tell you something. When people do business deals, it is about the demographics, folks. It is about the demographic that you're serving. The SEC serves a very poor people footprint, the poorest states in the union. So let me give you a perfect example. Everybody like the SEC is getting $300 million a year. Guess what the Big Ten is getting ready to announce? They're going to get $1 billion a year. They just announced that for their schools. Their contract, $1 billion. You know why? Because in the Midwest, those people make more money. They buy more things. They have more disposable income. So stop with the SEC. People do deals based off a demo. So now let's go to the demo of why I've always said the Swac should be at least worth 10% the SEC deal. Anybody can Google this. Go Google the white paper, the black buying dollar. The educated black buying dollar. We over-index on everything. On insurance, luxury items, travel, homes, all of that. Why do you guys think Home Depot every year pimps us every year for retool your school and give us $25,000 when they get the whole HBCU database? They get the whole HBCU database. And guess what? As soon as you get on social media, guess what you're getting? You're getting geo-targeted. Because they know that you, as a college-educated black person, is more likely to own a home than an uneducated white person. That is a fact. You are more likely to buy a luxury car than an uneducated white person. So do not act like we do not have value. We do. This is a fact. So you're not going to tell me when I see constantly, and the NBA has used this, NBA over-indexes of black consumers. They ain't got no problem getting sponsorships. The problem with the SWAC officers, they are not going out hitting these companies up and saying, this is the demographic we have. They are not doing it. That is laziness on the Swac office. And I heard my brother, and I agree with talking about season tickets. But let me tell y'all something about black people. And I'm going to speak about me in Atlanta. Mary J. Blige just is coming to Atlanta. You know how much those tickets are on the floor? $628. Guess what? It's sold out. You know who's buying those tickets? Ain't no white people. Those are educated black people. I flew all the way to Chicago to see New Edition. Me and my friend. You know how much I paid for those tickets, those seats, close seats? $300 a piece. And I didn't blink. So we have to understand what our demographic power is. And what Charles McClellan has done is constantly undersold our black buying dollar and our demo. That's the issue. So no, the Swac is worth more than $1 million a school because the advertisers that target us know that. Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Allstate, State Farm. This ain't me talking. This is all you guys that say. You can Google all of this. This is all facts. So stop selling yourself short when these white folks keep telling you your value is worthless, and then Coach Green, as he showed out, that these other colleges are not even close. Because the power of this alumni has been proven. So if you got 12 schools where you got the average person making X amount of dollars, you go to those people. What do we talk about beats? Who do you think put beats on the map? Wasn't white kids. It was black kids.
Black.
Who do you think put Jordans on the map? Wasn't white kids. It was black kids. So please, let's stop acting like we don't make major money for people. This is ridiculous. And for him to sit back and negotiate these undervalued deals, well, I can show him, like I say, in research after research of the value of my dollar to insurance companies, to car companies, to travel companies. My dollar. $600 people paying to see Mary J. Those are the people that are Swac alumni. So we got to stop this. And if for anybody to sit back and think that Byron Allen is going to give the Swac $120 million over 10 years, stop it. Stop it. That is ridiculous. And that is a bold-faced lie. It is not happening. So again, why are we not talking to Apple TV, who's looking for content? Why are we not talking to Amazon, who's looking for content? Because I tell you what, I guarantee all these jokers on here got Amazon Prime. All y'all asses got Amazon Prime.
Facts.
They know what you all are buying.
Facts.
Every black person I know got Amazon Prime. I finally got Amazon Prime. I was probably the last black person that did not have Amazon Prime. I finally got it. I said, shit, I see why y'all get it. Y'all get y'all shit in 2 days. They know everything I'm buying and looking at. They know my demo. They know my credit rating. This is what Charles McClellan needs to bring to the table to these companies. But if somebody goes and tells you that you're worthless, guess what you feel? You feel worthless.
Hey, Mr. Campbell, Blue said, if you could negotiate the Swac TV deal, what would you ask for?
Well, see, I'm with. There's no way I'm doing. See, again, for the Swac, I'm not doing a 10-year deal, unless again it's like the Big Ten, and I'm getting where I believe. Because everything is about worth.
Yeah.
That's why I've always said, I've always used the number, we should be getting at least between 5 and 10% of what the SEC is getting. So the SEC is getting $300 million. We got to be worth 10%, man. That's $30 million right there.
Mm-hmm. And that's per year.
Per year.
Per year.
You gonna tell me my black body and my black buying dollar is not worth 10% of the SEC? Come on, man. Come on. I can prove that I'm worth that because of what I'm doing with my insurance, with the house I'm buying, with the cars I'm buying. So we should be, that is the baseline. The baseline for McClellan should be 15 to 30 million a year, period. And you can't tell me you can't prove that. Because again, what happens is access. Because we can't deny FAMU and Jackson State on TV beat everybody on TV that weekend based on percentage. When we get better players, guess what? More people watch. Because, Scotty, me and you made a point. So we know for a fact. Let's take Alabama and Auburn. Now, those are good schools. But they ain't great schools. They're good schools for what they do. But I tell you what, more people will go watch that football game than Harvard and Yale. Everybody knows Harvard and Yale owns the United States. Politically and money. People watch because they want to see talent. If we get more talent, then guess what? We'll have more people to watch. That's what this is all about. We've got to acquire the talent. More people will watch. Then you can negotiate a better deal. That's why it's just now starting off. We haven't had the talent worth watching. But I tell you what, people want to see Travis Hunter. People want to see all those guys transferred down there to Grambling. There is a new energy of people wanting to watch content. Because if you don't believe it, look at all the pimp moves that ESPN Plus did, and all of us buying ESPN Plus to see our teams. I hadn't watched ESPN Plus forever to watch FAMU until the last 2 years. That is true money that they can see. If I'm McClellan, I'm going to ESPN and say, I want you to tell me in these zip codes how many people are ESPN Plus subscribers. Because you can start drilling down how many of those folks is black just by zip codes. He could go to them and say, show me that. And I guarantee you those black people are over-indexing on ESPN Plus compared to their same white counterparts. This is how you negotiate deals, man. This is the way you do this. The NBA does it every year. They understand their demo. And they go out and get those deals.
So let me ask you this, Mr. Campbell. Is there a possibility because of these, let's say these let's keep it like this. Let's say in the next year, the Swac does away with playing PWIs for out of conference, and they say, yo, we just going Swac crazy. We just everything is Swac out of conference games or whatever. For those out of conference games that are technically conference games, could like the same way that McClellan wanted to do the Swac Classic, could he go to a Beats to do a Beats Classic? Could he go to Google to do a Google Classic? Could he go to Microsoft and do a Microsoft Classic to where now they're paying you $5 or $6 million just to put hey, that's y'all money, and then we recoup whatever happens with the game? Is there any possible way that they can start doing stuff like that?
See, that's the whole thing. And I'm gonna use Home Depot again. Home Depot has a retool your school that gets the whole black HBCU database, social media wise. Why the hell is McClellan not sitting right there on the doorstep in Atlanta saying, y'all still in our database, I need y'all to sponsor all these games? That should be the first people he should be targeting. Because Home Depot ain't giving a shit.
Yeah, they already partnered with HBCU schools.
Already. And making millions off of us. Millions off that free database. So that's the thing about it. But see, it's very easy for him to sign a deal with Pepsi. Because the dude from Pepsi is his boy. It's very easy to go sign a deal because that means you don't have to work hard. Hey, man, you got the hustle, bro. I want to hear the hustle from the commissioner. Because there's no way that the commissioner should not have a list of the top 20 companies that interact with the black consumer, and all 20 of those companies are not sponsors for the Swac. Because he could go to every one of them and say, look at all these Escalades black folks is buying. Cadillac, y'all need to be right here. Look at all these trips that y'all are taking on Delta Airlines. Delta Airlines, you need to sponsor the Swac teams so they can fly back and forth. Or give us a cut rate discount. See, that doesn't make any sense to me. Why don't we have an airline partner? But I tell you one thing, when all these black folks get ready to take their ass down to Essence Festival and jump on these planes and they charge ass triple the fee, they ain't gonna have no problem. They know where y'all flying to. Y'all going all down to Cancun, Puerto Rico, Mexico. Why we don't have airline partners? That makes no sense.
And the crazy thing is, the person at Jackson State that helped him with the Orange Blossom Classic, I don't know if it was Southwest or Delta. He was an HBCU graduate. I think he went to Fisk.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That guy. No, I think it was. I want to say it was a American or Delta.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, and he was like either a Fisk graduate or Tuskegee graduate, something like that.
And got them dudes extra planes, and got those boys down there. That's exactly. You have got to put your hammer down when people are taking your money. You shouldn't beg people to take your money. They should be happy to take your money. So exactly that. So you know what he did? And this was the thing about it, what was so funny about it. He flew Jackson State down there for free, but then you remember the video, but we're going to add some extra flights from Jackson. Those people paid for those flights, man. That wasn't a free flight. That was good business for him. He saw that they were going to have all these people flying out of the state of Mississippi going to Miami. Let's add more flights. All they did was make more money. This is how simple this is. They should have partnerships with all these schools and go on there. You know what? If you're a Southern guy and you're flying down to New Orleans for the Bayou Classic, here, use this coupon code, blah, 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 and get 5% off. And guess what black people do? They'll do it.
They'll use it.
They'll use it.
Because they were going to go anyway.
They were going to go anyway. Exactly. And then guess what? As soon as your ass land, because they're going to see the credit card that you use, you're going to get all these offers to take vacations all over the world. And you be like, oh, man, you know what? I get 5% off of this vacation. Let me take my ass home. This is how that works. But what we're doing, we constantly are losing because, again, what did the commissioner say? Y'all laughing, talking about the Cowboy Classic, blah, blah, blah. You didn't even look. You didn't even check. But I can tell you what I do know. I know that damn Swac class is not happening because the money's not there. How about that? That's free. We're not going to charge you for that. So instead of criticizing people, how about being creative with the people that are your constituents, that are SWAC alums, and saying, how can we put this together to sell a better package? See, this is how this works. So I want all of us to think about, again, as alums, all the money that you're spending on all these companies. And you should write your school and say, hey, I'm spending money X, Y, Z. Why are they not sponsoring us? They sponsor everything else. I'll give you all a quick story and then I'm going to let it go.
All right.
My mother worked at State Farm 40-some years. And State Farm will sponsor Mississippi State and Ole Miss. You know, they have this nice stuff and everything. So the black people at State Farm was like, hold on. Y'all do know the majority of people that y'all overcharge are black. Y'all need to be sponsored JSU. You know what State Farm did? Yeah, you're right. And then they start sponsoring JSU. Just that simple. Because they don't want to lose money. You can go to these businesses and challenge them. This is all facts, man. But what is McClellan doing? He sits back and takes the easiest route. Because you know the HBCU Go? That's an easy route for him. Him and Byron Allen, they go to Vegas, they drink liquor. He say, Byron, you can come sit in the suite with me in the Celebration Bowl, and you can go ahead and screw us for the next 10 years. And Byron's like, yeah, thank you. I love screwing y'all. Because y'all got the fat, thick 38 booties down there. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it. So that's what we got to do, man. We got to be smart with who and what we're doing when we're marketing our brand. Because we're not smart with it at all. So that's it, bro. I just want to put that out there because people got to understand the numbers and the power of our demographic. I'm not making this up. This is all, like they say, right down the World Wide Web. And again, people look at the demos and see. That's why the Big Ten is getting $1 billion and the SEC is only getting $300 million. Because those folks make triple the money in Ohio and in Michigan and Illinois than Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia, and Tennessee, and South Carolina. Because those are poor states. They don't buy stuff. They don't have extra money. So there you go, man. Great show, bro.
Hey, appreciate the call, Mr. Campbell. Woo! Well, listen, when he be going, he be flowing. I'm trying to tell you, he be in the spirit, he be moving. Hey, caller, you live, talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's good? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, I like to make a comment. Well, I would like to make a few comments, but the last one I'd like to touch on what he just said. Demographically, or economically, the South, you get more for, bang for your buck in the South than you would in those northern states. So, a dollar go a long, $100 will go a long way in the South. One more thing. Is it a possibility that these black institutions aren't looking at sports for economic boost?
Well, they're getting a lot more state funding. So,
exactly. So well, that's my point. We're thinking from a democratic mind. I think a lot of blacks think from a welfare mindset instead of being independent and self-sufficient. You know what I'm saying? Sports could bring in revenue that could, build these institutions. I know a lot of these institutions brag about their student enrollment, their doctoral programs, and undergraduate programs, but they're pretty much dependent on state government to get them there, right? So if you have a brand or some type of other revenue stream that you can introduce to your alumni or to your we're particularly talking about HBCUs, to your black people, then why wouldn't you tap into that to generate, use that as a fundraiser to build your your medical school, dental school, and so forth? Shouldn't that would be the, I think if we would push that, I think a lot of these presidents probably jump on this bandwagon and say, hey man, we need to look at this sports as another way to generate revenue.
Okay, so this is my thing, right? I believe this, and I agree with you to a certain extent. I think that HBCU schools are not capitalizing on every possible stream of revenue. And the biggest one that I will honestly say is merchandise. I feel that merchandise for HBCU schools could be a lot better. Just having, like, I still don't understand why they don't sell jerseys. It just doesn't make sense to me. I know you can't have the kid's likeness on it, so you can't have the kid's name. But I remember when Terrell Pryor was up at Ohio State, man, that number 2 was selling out quick. So I just feel like there's so many ways. Like, you can't tell me, and I keep saying this, in Alabama A&M, get your shit together. All right, there's no reason. Even with Dak Prescott was at Mississippi State. I don't care about Dak Prescott. I don't care about Dak Prescott because we're not talking about Dak Prescott. We're talking about HBCU. My thing is this, and I'm a Cowboys fan, but my thing is this: there's no reason Alabama A&M should not have been selling number 4 jerseys. You can't make me not believe that. He's their all-time leading passer. He brings you a Swac championship, and you're not selling number 4 jerseys in the bookstore, online. You're dumb. You're dumb. Exactly. So, and I think that, hopefully that through this, this publicity, that a lot of these schools start looking at this, a lot of money that they're leaving on the table by not advertising their, sports paraphernalia and so forth. Yep. Hopefully that this brings light to, especially Jackson State. Jackson State don't have an excuse. This is the hypest, their institution has ever been in a while. So they don't have an excuse not to capitalize on the publicity that they're getting. It's ridiculous. They should be negotiating all their paraphernalia contracts with every vendor they got. Absolutely, man. Hey, appreciate the call. Appreciate the call, though. Hey, listen, man, I'm going to say this. Coach Green, you're next. 8945, then 5084. I got you. Let me say this, man, and I'm gonna keep saying this until the cows come home. Jackson State, I want to be very clear about this, right? You can talk all the shit you want to talk about. There's no reason why Shedeur Sanders jerseys are not on sale. I'm gonna say it again. There is no reason Shedeur jerseys should not be on sale. Do you know how much money I would buy a Shedeur Sanders jersey? Do you hear me? Do you know how much money you're leaving on the table by not selling that young man's jersey? Are you kidding me? You're talking about, and this is all I hear, our brand, our school, our brand. And you're not selling Shedeur Sanders jerseys. You're out your cotton picking mind. As soon as that boy would have signed on the dotted letter, I would have had a jersey in hand to everybody. Listen, you need to talk to his dad on why he is not selling his son jersey at bookstores. I don't understand it. And you can package it. Come on. The Sanders deal, The Sanders, like you can make it like a trophy case with both jerseys. You know what I'm saying? You can do it. You can do it really nice. The Sanders package. Listen, there's too much stuff. Jackson will make buku amount of money. Buku. All you gotta do is worry about how much cut Dion gonna take. You gonna have to worry about that. He ain't gonna let you listen. You ain't gonna shake Shador. I mean, you ain't listen. He probably gonna take 70%. You gonna get 30%. But the money you would make off that, oh my God, it would be stupid, just dumb. You gonna shake Shador? I mean, you ain't listen. Hey, Coach Green, you live. You gonna get 30%. But the money you would make off that. Hold up. Well, let me start. Let me start by saying I apologize. You were absolutely right. I apologize. You were absolutely right. I apologize. You were absolutely right. Go ahead.
So you ain't had to apologize. You apologize once is enough with me, bro. You don't got to apologize a bunch of times.
Just want to make sure.
Okay. Hey, you know you messed up, right?
Oh God. On top of that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Go ahead.
Dotted. You said soon as Shador signed on the dotted letter, and you meant to say dotted line.
No, national letter of intent.
Yeah, sign the dotted line, not the dotted letter.
Yeah, but he had to sign the letter. It's in the in the line on the letter. In the line on, but anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. Anyway, now something Mr. Cam was talking about with selling when they had them classes selling the advertisement. You know, I forgot which company sponsored it, but you remember when Jackson State Arkansas was playing, all of a sudden they changed the name to some sponsorship.
Mm-hmm.
And they ain't never had that sponsorship before. Was it Pepsi or Affleck or something like that?
I think it was both. I think it's Pepsi and no, it was Pepsi because I think they sponsored the game, the Swac championship game or something like that. But go ahead.
Yeah, so yeah, you're right about that. You know, because like I don't know how many years on the Bayou Classic game, because you know that's like a separate deal. They could get a whole lot more money for that Bayou Classic if they decide to try advertise, like put out a bid, like who really wants the Bayou Classic.
Yeah, because
NBC gonna bid for it. Shoot, CBS might even jump in on it since they don't have the SEC no more.
That's a good idea. That's a damn good idea.
Yeah, because you know Bayou Classic been said I think they could get even more, but they, you know, when they had the NBC Sports Network. When they shifted to that, it didn't get as many views as it used to get than it was when it was on regular NBC. So whoever they sell it to should get they should get a lot of money for that out there.
This is how it should go though. But this is how it should go though, right?
No, go ahead.
Hold on. No. Yeah, this is how it would go. I would do it like this. If I was the Bayou Classic, right? If I was the schools, I would say you would have to pay me up front, right? So let's say I get a 5-year contract. I would do it maybe like 5-year. Let's go 8-9 million a year, right? 8-9 million a year, and they gotta pay me that. That's just, that they get whatever they get from the game. I don't give a damn about the game, right? So you know, or you could do it like this. Let's say word on the street is that word on the street is the numbers for the Grambling game are a little iffy. People think they make a lot more than they do, but whatever, right? So I'll say this. My thing is this. I would ask for 8 to 9 million a year for that game. The lowest I would take is 5, and not anywhere from there it'll go up. But I would take that. I would split that with the teams in the band, and whatever the game actually makes is what the CBS people would get. I wouldn't care the contract that I would do for the Bayou Classic. I would not care about what it was. The only thing I would care about is maybe the Battle of the Bands. That would be kept. That I would keep that money for the schools, but the actual game, concession, and tickets, I wouldn't care nothing about that. I would negotiate that contract that the Battle of the Bands, whatever we make off the Battle of the Bands, is what we make. That goes to the school, and then maybe you pay us $8 million. I would take $8 million. Yeah, I'll do $8 million, and then you can do like $2 million for the band, $2 million for the football team, $2 million for the band, $2 million for the football team, because it's all holistically, so it's all fair. You get what I'm saying? It's the bands plus the football team that really matters about the Bayou Classic. That's how I would do it. But go ahead, Coach Green.
All right, now let me since McClellan ain't gonna never call in on your show, since he ain't gonna mess with you like that. I'm gonna stand in for him and give you a counterpoint, because since everybody trying to put all the blame on him when it comes to these deals. Because when McClellan worked for the conference, so just like they gotta meet about everything else they do when it comes to rules and regulations, they all meet. The ADs meet and they vote on it, then the president votes on it too. He probably brings the deals to the presidents, and they sit there and discuss what deals are out there before he even make a move. He probably goes to each president. They probably have a big conference on a video, sit there, talk about the deals that he got on the table, and then they go from that, because this is the reason why I say that. The old commissioner of MEAC, it took him 10 years for him to sell the Celebration Bowl to the conference. That's because the presidents kept on shooting it down. He didn't have the votes. They kept on shooting it down until they realized it actually made sense, because they made a whole lot more money going to the Celebration Bowl than going to the playoffs. So that's the thing everybody got to look at. Everybody keep on saying, oh, we need to get rid of him. He don't know what he's doing, blase, blase. Obviously, he knows something he's doing if he got the team out of the deficit they was in. And we don't know what deals he's looking at right now. Because one of the things we talked about with the HBCU Go, when I met on Twitter, me and you were talking about, I said, because everything is based off the average. Whatever you make from the advertisement dollars, you're able to pay even more to said conference. Because ESPN getting billions and billions of dollars of advertising money. So they able to pay that, whatever they paying. Fox, same thing. They getting billions and billions of dollars of advertisement, all these different companies. So I'm sitting there and watch HBCU Go one day. Well, I was watching the tennis matches because, I'm also head tennis coach. Let's put that out there. They had GMC as an advertisement on that as of right now. And Byron Aaron been talking about he got more advertisement going to be coming to all his entities. And GMC was one of them he mentioned. So whatever he going to get from all the advertisement dollars, he going to be able to pay even more for said Swac.
Okay. Let me stop. Okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna give you the rebuttal, and then I'm gonna have to let you go because the call lines are filling up. Right. So this is what I'm gonna say. Okay. It only matters. That only matters if you negotiate it in the deal that you get royalties off of advertising. I do not know the deal. I highly doubt that the Commissioner McClellan said, you know what, we'll take less capital and more on the back end, because that's what you got to do. I've done enough. Listen, I've negotiated my own media contract. I had 2 lawyers and Mr. Campbell look it over, and another one of my business advisors, Mr. D, had 4 people look it over, and they were just talking about, hey, this, that, do this, do that, do this, don't do this, don't do this. Like, you got to understand, you're not going to always get what you want up front, but you can get some stuff on the back end. You know what I'm saying? So you have to give up something to get something. I do not believe that Dr. Charles McClellan negotiated anything on the back end to say, hey, we want this, because all that advertising money means nothing if you did not negotiate it in the contract to say, hey, this is what we want. You get what I'm saying? So my personal opinion, I think they took the upfront cash and said, hey, yo, we'll take, if it is 10 million, 12 million a year, whatever, they said, we'll take that and move on. Your rebuttal, and then I got to let you go. Go ahead.
Well, only thing I can say is we don't know, because I know one of the persons that's his go-to people if he got issues with anything is Dr. Chevelle.
Dr. Chevelle?
Cavill. The guy to be, Chevelle.
When has he ever came up with anything as an offer? I've heard Dr. Cavill talk about everything under the sun, but I've never heard him give me actual numbers. No. 1, on the contract, and 2, what the fair contract should look like. But go ahead.
I understand that, but he always states one thing. I can say, Doctor always say, he always states that some stuff he can't talk about because he helps with that stuff. There's some stuff he can't talk about.
Okay.
So we ain't gonna never know.
Talk to me about how you got Talk to me how you got $1.2 million. Talk to me about that. I want to know. I want to know who came up with that. I want to know who came up with that.
I can say this. Probably at the time, that's probably they all get. But I can say this: that was more than any other FCS. That was more than any other. When it comes to football, that was more than any other FCS conference.
Okay. You're right.
Because no other FCS conference is getting that type of money.
Yeah, that's it. And okay, and no other FCS PWI is going through as much monetary problems because you're not getting as much state funding as these white schools. So you got to come at it a different way. Listen, that's like me. That's like me comparing my salary to somebody else. You like, man, Scotty, man, out of all the black brothers, you are the highest paid black. What? If I'm 55,000 and everybody else is 35,000, I'm like, yeah, I'm great. But when my worth is 100K, I'm leaving money on the table. But thanks for the call, Coach Green. Once again, I apologize, but you were right. All right, I'm going 8945. Then I'm gonna go smash. I gotta go my members first. 5084. You're not a member, so I gotta go members first. So 8945. David, you up? Hey, calling you live.
What's going on, Scotty? This is David, bro.
What's up?
Man, I'm with the OFFSCRIPT delegation, and I propose a vote to make you and Mr. Campbell commissioner.
Don't put me in that. No.
But I'm just saying. But the way when you was telling us about how you negotiate, y'all negotiated your deal for the channel. And you wanted the back end, you didn't want everything up front because you know that you're not gonna get everything up front. So it's all bad negotiating, bro. It's all bad negotiating. It's the president supposed to be working for the commission supposed to be working for the president.
Facts.
And if you got presidents that's in your school that's not progressive, forward-thinking president, then you still gonna be stuck in the Stone Age. So let's take an example. Like, okay, the deal for Thursday Night Football with the NFL, they looked at it like, well, not too many people got watching on ESPN. So guess what we gonna do? We gonna put it on Amazon Prime. How many people got Amazon Prime?
Damn near everybody.
How many people? Pretty much. How many people are going to watch Thursday Night Football, especially if their team is playing on Thursday Night Football?
Yeah.
Everybody. And then, like you said, you have ESPN is not the end all be all to be seen in throughout the nation. You have Fox, you have ABC, you have CBS, you have FS1. Hell, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if you can come up with a deal with Fox and show everything, you know what I'm saying? Show everything, and then you as the conference, okay, like you said, okay, so they're not showing the band stuff, they're not showing halftime. All right, how about we put this on our own platform? And like you said, you still pay like, let's say, a $5 fee every month just to show you halftime shows and all this other stuff and all the other content. Nobody's not really thinking about that. No, like I said, you have incompetent presidents that's giving this incompetent information to Mr. McClellan, then Mr. McClellan's gonna run with what he gets from these presidents. But anyway, I went up on the bus so I get to work, bro.
Hey, no problem.
Why so loud.
Appreciate the call, though, D.
No, you good, bro.
All right, man. That boy said he ain't had to do all that. He ain't have to do all that. Hey, listen, man. This is what's the Swac Digital Network? I don't know what the Swac. I don't know. I guess it's something they trying to start, but they ain't starting it yet, right? Because they ain't even offer me. So I don't know what you're trying to start if you ain't offer me. Anyway, I'm sorry. Lord forgive me. This is my thing, though. Right? This is my problem. And KJ, you're not gonna like this. Ooh, KJ, you're not gonna like this. Guess who got the Southern Heritage Classic contract? this guy. Back it up. Yeah, I got the Southern Heritage contract in the flesh. All the details. It's coming too. I'm gonna talk about it later. I'm gonna talk about it on the stream, but you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I got it.
In the flesh.
What's up, Smash? Talk to me.
It's coming through. Hey, I'm gonna be quick. A few things. One, I've been asked why the fuck they don't sell Shadow jerseys. I think that's some shit that Dion probably got in store. It was one of them I'll be damn moments Dion probably gave Jackson. I don't know. That's a good question. What you think? Well, them things. The Bayou Classic is exactly how you said it. I interned at Bayou Classic for 4 years. They do put the bid out for whatever company bids the most, and they do get their money up front. You know what I'm saying? So that's the exactly how you said it. That's exactly how it go. I think it's a little different. I think they have like in the contract so many like commercials they gotta get advertised during the game for both schools. But that's exactly how it is. That's why the Bayou Classic is so successful. But I do think after this, you up them shits because the shit is about to get better. So that's exactly how I go. What else was I say? Oh, the Swac. I don't think the Swac commissioner. I don't know if he a Swac guy or he a HBCU guy, but I don't think they even know the possibilities they had with adding Bethune-Cookman and FAMU to the Swac before Dion came. I don't think they understand like the possibilities of how much money they can make. You know what I'm saying? Because you can create your own fucking classics within itself. You know what I'm saying? You can put your own fucking battle of bands on yourself. And how we talk about fucking just using the students of the school, Scotty. Imagine if they hired a legit company who knew how to live stream. Imagine if the Orange Blossom Classic was only broadcast on the Swac YouTube channel. How many viewers and subscribers you think the shit will get one day?
Stupid. Absolutely.
Dumb. You know how much money they're gonna make off that shit? That's the scholarship money they can give to fucking whatever between the both schools. You know what I'm saying? Of that one game a day. Like they don't even. There's so many things free and just with the blink of an eye you could do, and our own network the Swac could do that. They ain't even using, bro. It's making me mad because we know about these things, and they so busy trying to run in these weak ass ESPN deals, the ESPN 3 and ESPN 4. They're not even using their own damn resources. So everything you're saying, right, Scotty? I like somebody. I forgot the other dude who called before. He had some good points, but I'm just thinking about the small possibilities they can fucking do to really make money without no middleman. Period. You know what I'm saying?
You got to figure it out. You got to start thinking about revenue streams outside of the norm to get more money. But hey, Smash, always, bro, always a pleasure. Appreciate the call.
All right.
Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, what's up, Scotty?
What's up? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Man, it's Rod, man. I'm calling from well, I'm actually just moved to Phoenix, Arizona, but I was from Texas, man. Went to UAPB. I'm the UAPB guy. Man.
Talk to me.
Yeah. Hey, so this is something that's been on my radar for about 3 to 4 years. I always wondered why the Swac undersold themselves, and I can remember discussing this with a couple of administrators at UAPB at homecoming a few years ago, and I never understood why. If you look at, I just inboxed you a table of all the TV deals for all the football conferences in the FBS. And so if you look at the Mountain West is about 17 to 22 per year. And that's basically, when you give them that deal, you basically giving them a regional deal, because nobody in the South is watching them at 10 o'clock at night. Nobody on the East Coast is watching them at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. They either at the club or they going to sleep. So you basically gave them 17 to 22 million a year for a regional deal. Now, I was asking, and I won't say who at UAPB, but I was asking an administrator in the athletic department because he was my frat brother. And I was asking them, like, why don't the Swac try to go to ESPN and sell themselves and their band as somebody who could take those time slots, like on a like the guy was just saying, like I always said that, like on a Thursday night where you're playing, let's say you have a Mountain West team playing and they're playing a regional schedule. We could compete with them on a regional level in the South and on the East Coast. We could compete with them for sure. So if you could bring in 200,000 to 300,000 viewers in that time slot where you normally get 150,000 viewers. I mean, that's a win for ESPN, and that's adding profit to the bottom line in that time slot. The same thing now that you got Deion and you got Hugh Jackson at Grambling State, and Alcorn and Southern have their traditions. You could sell those schools. You could tell them, hey, I'm going to give you Deion once a year on a Thursday. I'm going to give you Hugh Jackson twice a year on a Thursday. And I'm going to give you Southern, a couple times a year on a Thursday. Give us that time slot. And what I'm saying by doing that is you're showing your value to ESPN. So now you can negotiate a better deal.
Facts.
You can get more money. You can ask for more money, and that's the key. The Swac always undersold themselves. And real quick before I go, the Celebration Bowl with Deion and South Carolina State was a 6-5 team. Nobody knew how good they were until we actually saw them play, and that did 2.6 million views. And people are like, oh, that's really, really good. It is. It beat a couple of FBS bowl games. But if you look at 2 years ago when Alcorn played. I forgot how they played North Carolina A&T in the Celebration Bowl. I think they did like 1.9 million. So even that game did good. So the Swac is always going to have their cult base like following, almost like a Trump like following. We're like trumpets. You know what I'm saying? How Trump is going to have his base. Whatever you do, Trump is going to be able to sell to these 50 million Americans because they love him. The Swac has his base. We just got to figure out what that number is. And what's the price on that number? What is that number worth? If it's 5 million former HBCU students, what is that 5 million worth in merchandise and viewership and all of that? That's what the Swac has to do, and they won't do it, Scotty. That's my call, man.
Hey, man,
thanks for letting me cook, dude.
No, anytime, man. Appreciate the call. Hey, he was flowing. He was wrong about the Thursday night football, but he was flowing otherwise. Let me say this. I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna do the contract on the Afterglow. And if you don't believe me that I have it, let me, because y'all must be acting like, y'all think I be having out here but trying to lie to you. I'm going to just show you a little snippet of it so it's real. You know what I'm saying? It's real. What that Southern Heritage Classic agreement, this agreement it made it to, see, that's all you get. That's all you get. You know what I'm saying? We and Kofi, we going to break it down tonight on the Afterglow show. Make sure you tune in. It's about to get good. They done messed up. Boy, I done got the paperwork. You know what I'm saying? Like they say in prison, check my paperwork. I ain't snitch. Check my paperwork. Anyway, so this is what I'm going to say. This is what I'm going to say, right? You guys... All right, understand, because I'm still learning. All right, I'm giving to you what's been given to me about how I'm learning this thing. You know what I'm saying? Talking to Mr. Martin, talking to Urban Edge, talking to a lawyer, media lawyer. Listen, I've probably gotten schooled these last 3-4 months beyond belief when it comes to media. I would say this: understand how it works. The Swac school. Listen. The Swac is a non-profit organization. Say it with me. They are a non-profit organization. They cannot get in a deal with an advertising agency because of their label of a non-profit. You will have to get in cahoots with a media company that will negotiate on your behalf to the advertising agency. The reason I say that you should have your own digital network is this: you have numbers, right? Remember, this is how it all works. You have numbers. You take your numbers, you give it to the media company. The media company takes it and then they push it to advertisers saying this is what the numbers that we're doing. We're looking for this amount of money. Okay. But when you do not have that and you try to do your own thing, nobody can come to you and offer you because you're a nonprofit. You're a nonprofit. Okay. You're a nonprofit. But you can still do your own thing, but you have to do it the right way, right? So what ends up happening, because why? Listen, this is all Google information. Go do your research, right? Go do your research. Okay? You know what? You guys are digital. You guys are digital learner. All right, I got something for you. Bang. 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 Can you come here? Stay with me, guys. Bear with me. Bear with me. Can you help me out real quick? You think I should bust it out for him? Somebody said they're a visual learner. You think I should bust it out for him? No? Oh man, okay. She said no. I was gonna show y'all my new toy, but anyway, so this is how it works. Okay. This is how it works. So you have to get a media company to do that. Okay. That's just how it works. So if you don't have the numbers for leverage, you can't make it work. That's why ESPN can come to you with any old thing, because at the end of the day, you don't have the numbers to back it up because you don't know what you're selling. You get what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So at the end of the day, all I'm gonna say is this. Don't do it. Hold it. These bammers out. They not ready, Mr. Campbell. They not ready. I'm gonna hold off on it. They ain't ready. All right. So at the end of the day, this is the key. This is the key to everything, right? You have to know your worth, right? You have to know what it costs. Okay, good example, right? Great example. Listen to this example. I know a lot of you guys are visual learners. Listen to this example. I'm gonna break it down. Watch me. FAMU, right? Let's go Boombox Classic. Boombox, right? You got Jackson State. You got Southern, okay? Let's say Jackson State and Southern say, yo, when it's at my place, I make $1 million, right? Jackson State says, yo, when it's at my place, I make 1.5 million, right? So together, what is that? 2.6? 2.6, right? So you should be charging whomever, sponsor, dealer, 3 times the amount to move the game. So if they want to move the game, let's say Beats Classic comes to Jackson State and says, yo, or comes to the Boombox Class, they say, yo, we want the game out in LA. They need to pay you 3 times that amount. So they need to be giving you $7 million just to show up. Just to show up. And covering expenses. Because you're the talent. Just to show up. It shouldn't be we don't got to pay for this. We don't got to pay for that. We don't got to pay for this. It should be, that stupid crap that they're giving you the stadium for free and you get to split the ticket sales. No, that shit is old. It's for the birds. Why should I? Because what if it rains? What if it's super cold? What if it's windy? You do not want to take a chance on your money, right? So they should get paid 3 times the amount just to show up. That's how that works. So all you guys jumping Dixie for the Swac Classic, talking about oh my God, we gonna have to pay for the stadium. Oh, we get the ticket sales and the concessions. You know how many variables that takes into place? Do you understand how many variables it takes in the place? You got to split it. Because remember, 1.5 times 3 is what? 1, 3, 3, that's 4. And then 1 million, 3, that's 7 million. That's 7 million total. You split that. That's 3.5 for you, 3.5 for you. All right. That's how I would do it, but that's neither there. But you could probably do 7 a piece. Nah, I wouldn't do that. Oh, that's too much. 7 a piece is too much. All right. So you got to think about, we splitting this and we splitting that, and we got to split the concessions. We got to split the tickets. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. I'll do that. 4.5 each. I'll do that. 9 million each. I'll do that. That wouldn't be so bad. Like 4.5 million each. That wouldn't be so bad. But something like that. That's how that works. That's how that should work. because the school should not be dependent on ticket sales. The school should not be dependent on food consumption. The tickets should not. You want your money in hand. You want your money in hand. It should not have to depend on where and how and the weather. No, the schools are getting their money up front. And I'm telling you guys, once I break this contract down to you tonight with me and Kofi, I'm telling you right now, you're going to be pissed the hell off of whoever wrote this contract up because it's garbage. It is terrible. Okay. But listen, that's my time. You already know what it is. Make sure you like the stream before you get up out of here. I love y'all. Keep loving me. Until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to holler. God bless.